Hello traders and potential future traders, Patrick Maldonado here, cryptocurrency trader and market analyst at Alpha Chain Capital and founder of TCE Trading. In today's episode, I want to do a big shout out to one book that has taught me a lot about trading psychology. Today I will be discussing the 5 fundamental truths of trading from the book Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. I will go through the ideas mentioned and also I will talk about the importance of trading psychology and how you can start forging your trading mindset. So if you like my content, I would like to ask you if you can please share it, as it helps me grow the podcast and help traders who might be struggling, and maybe also help people who are interested in having a secondary income with a more realistic and honest approach. So let's talk about this book. Trading in the Zone it's massive. It's one of the most recommended books, and I would say it's one of the must read books if you are going into trading, mainly because it talks more about psychology. So if you are expecting to learn how to trade in the markets, this is not a book for you. This is really if you are already doing it and you want to improve. If you want to improve your psychology, if you want to become more resilient, if you want to understand how your mind works. Now, of course, I'm not being endorsed by them. This is something that I wanted to talk about because I think it's important for traders. Now, another thing is that there is no script for kind of like this recap in reality. And the reason is because I want to give my honest opinion on the book, right? Because I think it's really good, right? It's not only me who recommends it. Even in Alpha Chain Capital, that's one of the key books that they tell you to read. Again, and this is because it actually deserves it. Now, one of the things that I love to do, and I don't know if a lot of people do it, but I love to listen to the audiobooks, right? So I'm not I'm not a fan of reading a book. I hate to read because I feel like I'm not doing a lot. Yes, you're investing in your time, but that's not my cup of tea. What I like to do is trying to tackle or hit two birds with one drug, right? I try to listen to these audiobooks while maybe I'm exercising or maybe while I'm doing something else. So that's how I like to go on about with education, right? Because if I'm listening to something again and again and again, I'm creating kind of like this environment right around me when I'm getting a lot of positive ideas, or maybe not only positive ideas, but mainly on what I'm doing, which is trading psychology, just to keep myself in check. Now, I've read this book once, or I've listened to it already once, and I recently finished listening to it for a second time, and I'm probably gonna be listening to it again in a couple months, when I think that I need to restructure again my brain, if it's needed, of course. And this is the reason why I love audiobooks, because it's easier to just listen to it maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour per day, whichever time you want, and you're doing maybe your chores, you're doing exercise, it doesn't really matter. That's great that we can do that with today's technology, right? But okay, what is the book about? And of course, I don't want to spoil everything, right? I want you to read the book. I want you to buy the book for yourself, for your own education. But I'm going to be talking about some topics in the book so that you might be more interested on it. And I'm also going to give my approach from my experience and what I've experienced as a trader and, with trading psychology as well. So the book is basically, as I said already, it's about trading psychology, right? It's about trading mindset, this winner's mindset that you need to have in order to tackle the problems that you're having, or in order to tackle the losing trades, or in order to tackle the downsides of not only, you don't only apply this to trading. In reality, you apply this to anything that's kind of like performance oriented, right? If you are doing sports, you can benefit from reading this book. If you are doing sales, you might benefit from reading this book as well, which is kind of interesting. Now, here the key point, or one of the key points, is kind of like the indifference from losing or winning trades, right? And this is something very important. This is something that I have discussed previously, is that you have to see losses mostly as business costs, right? And I think in the last episode I said that I have, well, that's kind of like your ticket, right? You have to purchase a ticket in order to be exposed to the market. Maybe you win, maybe you lose, depending on your edge and your back testing and all that, right? But you need a cost to participate, and that's basically the risk per trade that you have. Now, during this book, there's two examples that I really like, just for you to more or less understand what you can expect from this book. But one example, he was talking about a dad and a girl. You know, the dad is scared of snakes, and the girl, well, isn't. But the dad assumes that the girl would be scared of snakes. Now, why is this important? Because sometimes we portray our fears, we portray what we think, and we think that's the absolute outside in the universe, right? We think that just because we believe something, everyone else is gonna believe it. So, of course, I mean, I'm just talking very, very briefly about this example because he goes into really good details about this and how it affects your psychology and how the mind works. But this is very important for trading, right? Just because you have a bias and maybe you're short, maybe you're long, that doesn't mean that everyone thinks the same. Now, another good example that he mentioned is basically of a child who was scared of dogs, right? So he had a very bad experience once, and just because he had that bad experience once, he thinks that every dog is gonna be mean to him, right? That every dog is dangerous. And this is very important in trading because, you know, maybe you're the first trade ever that you take, it's a winning trade. And that can be bad, right? Because maybe you develop overconfidence, maybe you don't understand that there's a cost and there's a risk of trading. But on the opposite hand, maybe you lose your first trade and then you are kind of like scarred, right? You are scared of putting trades because you were like, oh, you can actually lose, right? So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. But it's important to understand that, you know, you can be indifferent to kind of these losers or these winners in trading. So this is basically what the book is about, so you should definitely go and read it. Now, let's talk a little bit about the importance of trading psychology, right? I've already mentioned, and if you go through my course, if you go through the webpage, you will see a quote of mine that I say, it's all about risk management and trading psychology. It's all about knowing your exposure and also having discipline, you know. It's about managing your emotions, right? The key word here is managing, not stopping them, because you shouldn't stop feeling something, right? But managing the energy, managing the reactions that you have. And there's something very true, that no one has ever lost money due to an emotion. And I repeat, no one has ever lost money due to an emotion. Why do people lose money? Because how they react to that emotion. And this is very important, and I could go into more details, but again, you know, you can go into the course if you want to know more. There's mentorship if you want to go into more details about questions that you might have. But overall, this is very important. I mean, trading psychology is just essential if you want to be successful. Now, another thing that I like to teach my students is really the process of overcoming difficult times, right? And there's three steps, or at least in my opinion, there's three steps. There's awareness, then there's the solution, and then there's the implementation. Now, you might have heard that in a lot of problems that you might have, people say, well, the first thing is to admit that you have a problem, right? Now, acknowledgement or admitting you have a problem, yeah, it's good. You know, that's kind of like the first step. But acknowledgement is not the same as being aware. Awareness is more than just acknowledging that you have a problem. Awareness is understanding that problem and why is it a problem and why do you have it? You know, how did it become to happen? No, right? Because the thing is that you can't change things that you don't know about. So if you don't have that, if you don't know that you have a problem, if you don't know that this problem exists and the details of this problem, well, how are you going to create a solution, right? So once you're aware about your problem, then you create a solution. Of course, you can apply this to anything, not just trading, right? But in trading, this solution might take the form of maybe having a trading journal, maybe having a mistake matrix in order to keep your accountability. It might depend on your specific scenario. But the last part is to implement the solution and, very importantly, measure your progress, measure how this is benefiting your trading, measure how this is benefiting your life if it's in another unrelated topic to trading. Right? Because a lot of times we can create solutions, but if we don't actually use them, well, they become useless. So the last thing that I want to talk about really is the 5 fundamental truths of trading, and this is something that is written on the book. Of course, I'm just gonna say them and I'm gonna explain them on my own experience. You should go into the book and read it because that's a different approach. But in my experience, first of all, the first truth that is highlighted is anything can happen in the market. I mean, if you are in the cryptocurrency market, you already know this, right? And of course, it's of every market. I think 2020 is a very good case scenario because of what happened, right? The markets plummeted like no one thought it would be possible. Then they came back. They're almost, well, basically most of them are at all-time highs, past beyond all-time highs, and that's just crazy, right? So I think, I mean, for sure, anything can happen in the market, right? And this is something that you need to be aware about, because even if you want to, I don't know, take a short, take a long, you need to consider that anything can happen. Not because you're taking a long, it means that the market has to go up. It can go down, right? The second fundamental truth of trading is that you don't need to know what's gonna happen in order to make money. And let me repeat that again. You don't need to know what's going to happen in order to make money. A lot of people think that traders are future tellers, that analysts are trying, or they have this magic future ball where, all the answers are revealed. No one knows what's going to happen, right? No one can see in the future what people are going to do, if they're going to buy, if they're going to sell. No one really knows, but you can have an educated guess backed by strong risk management and further supported by trading psychology. So that's how you can really make money in the market. Now, number 3 is, well, I redefine it because it's more complicated when you just read it on the book. But wins and losses are random for a defined edge. So a defined edge is the combination of your strategy, of your backtesting, of your trading psychology and risk management. That's what gives you an edge on the market, right? To be profitable. Now, if you have an edge that, let's say, is 60%, meaning that you're winning 60% of the trades and losing 40%, well, you don't know if those losers are going to be all in line, like you're going to lose 4 times consecutively, or maybe you're going to win 1, then lose 3, then win 1, lose another 1, and then complete the rest of the winning trades. Or you don't even know if it's 100 universe of trades. Maybe you're going to be losing 40 trades in the beginning. You don't know that. That's a fact. So this is and the reason why this is so important is because you need to follow your strategy despite all of these ups and downs, despite all of this, because in the bigger picture, maybe your edge is actually real, right? That's why we need to do a back test of a lot of trades in order to get a better understanding of how that looks like. Now, number 4 is an edge is nothing more than an indication of a higher probability of one thing happening over another. And this is completely true, right? If you have backtested a strategy, and again, it says it's 60%, it doesn't mean that every time you take a trade, you're gonna win. It only means that you have a probability of 60% in order to make money in that specific scenario. And this is important because you might get frustrated if you have a strategy that's not working, right? Because you have to lose some of the times, and you have to take into consideration this. Now, if you have a bigger drawdown, more than you expect, and maybe you're just hitting 10% of the trades instead of 60%, then there is probably something wrong with the strategy, right? So maybe you have to go back into the drawing board, see what's wrong. Maybe the market has completely changed and you have to readjust your strategy. And the last thing is that every moment in the market is unique. And this is huge because what's the market, right? The market is people, the market is emotions, the market is businesses doing transactions with each other, people, clients buying and selling products. The market is huge, the market is everyone, the market is everything. And that sounds pretty deep. But the point is that every moment is unique because at every single point in time, everyone in the world is doing something different, right? you know Maybe you can see that historically some things have repeated, but even though they have repeated in a similar fashion, the way that they actually happen is very, very different. So in any case, this is what I wanted to tell you guys about this book. You should definitely read it if you are really into trading. This is a must. This is not me recommending it. This is me telling you to buy the book and read the book. But in any case, traders and listeners, I hope that you enjoyed this episode of the TC Trading Podcast. If you want to be successful at trading, trading psychology is a must. This is why with TC Trading, I focus a lot on risk management and trading psychology, because those are the two things that actually can make a trader be successful and profitable. If you're interested in learning how to trade, be sure to check out my webpage at www.tctrading.com. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care.